Nothing affects the silver price and gold price like the Fed. They have the power to rock the precious metals world. It's like the wind in a sailboat race, and that's the best analogy I can come up with. The Fed over the last 2 years has impacted the price of silver and the price of gold like nothing else. I've been inundated with emails, requests, my view upon what's going to happen at the upcoming July Federal Reserve monetary policy where they will set interest rates. I'm going to share that with you in this video because it's critical to understand what to expect and what I think is going to then happen in the coming weeks. So on Wednesday, we're going to hear from our old friend Jerome Powell. You want to see Jerome? I can show you Jerome. Here he is in his box. He's got a recession on one side and inflation on the other. Here's Jerome. Everybody say hi, Jerome. What they're going to do is raise rates, just like the market expects, by 0.25%. And then he's going to do even more of what the market expects. He's going to communicate exactly what everybody anticipates he will say regarding further monetary policy, interest rate decisions in the future. It's going to be the most expected, middle of the road, no surprises that we're ever going to hear from the Fed. Now, I could be wrong. That's just my prediction. Don't bet millions of dollars either way based upon what I say. But there's a big but, and I like big buts. I cannot lie. The important thing to remember is that as we move into the latter part of the week, Thursday and Friday, as the market begins to digest what the Fed is doing, as the market starts to wake up as to why Jerome and his governors decided to do exactly what everybody expected, people are waking up that the Fed is in trouble. Remember the box I showed you? He's got a recession on one side, inflation on the other. They're scared. They're fighting for your confidence right now. Con being the key component of that word, right? They're putting on a con job that they've got everything under control. People have started to lose faith in the Fed, and more people are going to start to question their ability to manage a soft landing, right? That's right. We're going to do a soft landing. Yeah, good luck. We know how a lot of soft landings wind up. And as more and more of us, and not us because you've already woken up to what's going on, but more and more of the sheeple start to wake up as to what is going on out there, we're going to have a lot more people coming into the precious metal sector. Investing in silver and gold can be difficult at times. I want you to know you always have a refuge here in the basement with me, where we can have some camaraderie and support for one another as we navigate these choppy waters. I'll put out a new video every day, something valuable about silver and gold. It would be my honor if you join me. Please subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up. So Wednesday, the Fed, everything will be exactly as expected. By Friday, I'm predicting gold price over $2,000 per ounce. Silver, I'm not so sure about. Silver will be up, but silver is going to take a couple days to catch up. The whole story behind silver, outside of just monetary issues, is astounding. You can watch some of my other videos. The demand for silver in the next 10 years versus the supply, it just makes for the most rosy yellow brick road path for the silver price that you could ever imagine. But this video is about the Fed. And believe me, on Wednesday, because Jerome is scared, right? Jerome knows what's really going on out there. They know that the U.S. is in big, big trouble. Guys, look no further than our national debt. My Lord. $32 trillion, 130% of GDP. The national debt alone is horrific. But then consider that on top of that, our trusted servants in Washington, D.C. continue to spend significantly more money than the country brings in every year. Yes, they spend over $1 trillion more every year than the country brings in. And where do you think that extra trillion goes? Well, it goes onto the national debt because they need to borrow money to subsidize that excess spending. But it gets even crazier when you consider then that growing debt pile is also accruing interest, experiencing interest expense on a higher base level, but also at a higher interest rate. So we've got more debt experiencing more interest expense because interest rates are going up. And where does that new additional interest rate expense go to? Well, that adds on to the deficit, which then adds on to the overall national debt. Are you getting the picture? If not, envision this. Envision an already big snowball, right? It was a little snowball 20, 30 years ago. But now imagine a big snowball crashing down the mountain, growing and growing and growing, and it becomes exponential, I can't say that word. That's weird. That's never happened to me before. Anyway, bigger and bigger. We'll leave it at that until it crashes at the bottom. And hey, that's what we have to look forward to here in the United States, right? Basic, simple math. The Fed can't do anything about that. The Fed can change and put up a lot of smoke and mirrors, but can the Fed change the basic laws of mathematics? We're soon going to find out. But on Wednesday, what you can expect from Jerome is just a bunch of exactly what the market is anticipating. And then you can enjoy the latter part of the week as more and more people wake up to the reality of what's going on, the reality of the situation. Sure, the talking heads on CNBC and Fox Business, they'll have all kinds of things to say about blah, blah, blah. But we know these guys are full of it. Remember, watch what they do, not what they say. Also, on top of that, okay, also, you've got to consider that if you do decide to listen to what they say, most likely what they're saying is a bunch of BS. Look no further back than 2 or 3 years ago. Remember, inflation was nothing to worry about. Then it was temporary. Then it was transitory. And then it became a big, huge problem, and they lie to us about the numbers anyway. Remember what Jerome said about interest rates just 2 years ago. Jerome said we're not going to raise interest rates until the end of 2023. Check your calendar. We're only halfway through 2023, and we're at the tail end of the fastest cycle of interest rate hikes in history. So guys, buckle up for Wednesday. Look, this is just my prediction. Don't make any financial decisions. Don't decide to get engaged or adopt a puppy, anything like that, based upon the information that I share with you. But I've been inundated with questions about this, so I wanted to put out a quick video today. Most important, I want you to be well. Go watch a live stream, and I'll see you soon.